Just to give you an update on Buck, the evaluation process is continuing every day here, but he has suffered a mild concussion. We discovered that today through testing. And he has one more test that he has to clear before he'd be cleared to play. And he will be evaluated tomorrow. And if it goes another day, he'll be evaluated after that. So however long it takes for him to pass that test is when he's able to play.
So the minute he passes that test, he's cleared to play, is that?
Correct.
Yeah.
So you could still play Monday?
It's a possibility he could play Monday.
So what are the symptoms that he's having? Headaches continue? Is that...
I really don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, that's more the medical side of it, but he does not have a headache anymore.
So how do they say what it was? Like they gave him, like what the symptom was that gave him the concussion though? You know what I mean?
Well,
if he doesn't,
I mean, the hit obviously that he took.
no, but yeah, like just the headache basically. Like that's the only symptom he had the whole time.
Well, there's several tests they give. They give cognitive tests, reaction tests. I'm not sure what all the tests are, but I don't know the test that he has to pass. I mean, that you'd have to ask medical people that. All I can tell is you what I know.
Was that just today, Tim, that occurred?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that they finally did their last battery of tests, yes.
When will you have the next one then?
Tomorrow.
He was hit after he went back in. He took another pretty good hit. Do you think that had anything to do with this, or was it strictly the first one?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it could have, I suppose conceivably, it could have been the thing that maybe pushed him over the edge. I don't know.
So who's going to start him in his place? Is it Joe?
It would be Joey, yes.
Tim, how disappointed are you guys that this has happened to Buck again? Because, I mean, the guy's tried his best to get ready and do whatever he can to be prepared.
Well, very disappointing in the respect that, you know, that he would have to take a hit like that, number one. And, you know, I don't know how many people would have come away from that hit without having some kind of an injury. You know, fortunately, it's a mild concussion and not anything really bad or anything like that. But it's nothing that's a career ender by any stretch of the imagination.
Have you heard from the league on Brandon Isaac and any disciplinary action?
Have not heard a word.
How does this change your preparatory week? Does Buck practice? All of you?
Well, if he's cleared to practice, he'll practice, yes.
So that's contingent on that same test?
You know, they have to prepare 2 game plans, one for Buck and one for Joey, you know, because they have different skill sets, and you know, Buck throws certain pass plays better than Joey does, and Joey has a set of plays that he's more comfortable with, so they have to set up the game plan. They have to basically make 2 game plans up.
So if he passes this test tomorrow, Tim, the organization is comfortable with him playing then on Monday?
I would assume so. I mean, again, we'd have to, all the doctors have to clear him, and Alan has to feel comfortable with it, but as soon as he passes tests, I'm assuming that he'll be able to play. Now, if it goes on towards the end of the week and he hasn't passed it, there comes a point where you're going to have to say, you know, we got to go with Joey this week.
So there is such a thing as a mild concussion? Is that what the training staff is calling it?
Yeah, I mean, there's severe concussions, you know, like Eric Lindros had at the end of his career, or like Sidney Crosby had, or like Shea Emery or Etienne Boulay had last year. I mean, those were ones that ended their season, you know, and Lindros ended his career, so there's a lot different. There's several kinds of concussions. I don't know what all that means, but his is mild.
So everybody's saying for him to pack it in still can just kind of...
Well, I mean, that's total. Career decisions are up to Buck, not up to anybody else.
Have you had a chance to talk to him, Tim, and see how he's doing and how he's feeling?
Yeah, I talked to him earlier today. He said he felt really good.
That was a bit of a relief to you, because I guess you were worried about him with the headaches that he did have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, you're always concerned for any of your players that get injured, and you don't want it to be severe by any stretch of the imagination. And definitely never want it to be a career-ending injury because, this is their passion, this is their livelihood, and you want them to be able to pursue that.
You need a Dave Semenko type guy to guard him like the guys he had back in the day.
Yeah, well, one of our guys tried to do that, and he got 2 unnecessary roughness penalties.
So just to be clear on the process then, is this the same test he's having tomorrow? Is it the same one he, I guess, technically failed to be diagnosed with mild concussion?
Right, and he's very close to passing it.
Okay, so he's basically taking this test every day?
Until he's clear, yes.
Okay, so he's failed it. Do you know how many times he's failed it?
I don't know. All I know is they just finished their evaluation today.
Okay, but it's the same test every day?
Yeah, there's a series, a battery of tests that they gave him, and this is the final one to clear.
Okay.
Is it your team staff that does this, Tim, or is it the team doctor?
Well, there's a neurologist involved, there's team doctors involved, and our trainer as well, who administers part of the tests. And all the tests go to the team doctors, and then they make the final evaluation.